I was trying to see if I could play some royalty-free Christmas music in the background, but it doesn't sound like it's covering really well. So, hello, hello. Happy Christmas Eve, everyone. Welcome in. I hope you guys are having a great day. Happy holidays. Let me go ahead and get a different type of, maybe I can get different media on here at some point, but we're going to do normal for now. Hopefully everyone is having a great day. We have some donations that have come in already. So we'll get to those shortly. We are doing a giveaway. We're doing a giveaway today. So make sure that you stay until the end of the free list, because if you want to partake in the chance to win a free reading today, make sure you stick around. All right, let's see. Merry Christmas Eve, everyone. I know, I want the Christmas music. Oh, you can hear it? Oh, I thought that it wasn't sounding good. Okay, I'll put it back on. I'll put it back on. If it sounds good, I thought it just wasn't coming through nicely. If it's coming through choppy at all, like let me know, because that might get annoying to some people. Oh my gosh, Amy, I was just thinking the same thing. I'm so sleepy. Hey, Cherry Blossom. It's glitchy. Is the music sounding glitchy to you guys? A little choppy? Okay, let me see. Can you guys hear this at all? Hear anything in the background? Does this sound? It's for me. But they want to charge me for that right now. Okay, downloading. So we'll save that for another time. It's okay. We had a little intro. That's good enough for now. Once I can start downloading the royalty-free MP3s, I'll try to switch the music up a little bit. They just want to charge $20 right now for that, and I'm just like, I just don't feel like it. But yeah, anyways, we'll just go back to our normal music. And let's go ahead and get started with some free reads. Just a reminder, we are doing a giveaway today. So please, please, please make sure you are sticking around until the end of the free list in order for you to be able to participate if you would like to. Diamond, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Hey, Eliana, welcome in. How are you? All right, let's go ahead and pull some cards for everyone. All right, so first up, this will be Sisters. I'm going to go ahead and throw this on the screen as well, just so that everyone knows we're doing a giveaway. Sisters, will 2025 be a better year? Sisters, I have a no. I have the Death card and the Eight of Swords. That's not good. Mature. Mature, I have a yes. The Nine of Cups in reverse. He just doesn't want to admit it. Sophie. Yes. Queen of Wands, Sophie. Svetlana. I have a no. Eight of Swords for Svetlana. Aisha. I have a yes. Queen of Pentacles. Make sure you guys are liking the live stream if you can. Take a second to do that. Sweeter. We're doing a giveaway in about 5 minutes, everyone. I have a yes. King of Pentacles for Sweeter. He's like taking his time there. Diana. I have a no. Four of Swords in reverse. Eliana, that sounds good. I have someone on the list right now, so that'll be perfect timing for you to come back. You're welcome, Mature. All right, Cherry Blossom. Hey, IJ, welcome in. Merry Christmas Eve. Cherry Blossom, I have a yes. Four of Cups. Aesthetic Delta, welcome in. You're welcome, sweeter. I have a yes. Seven of Pentacles, Aesthetic. Hi, Smiley, welcome in. We're doing a giveaway in about 4 minutes. Make sure that you guys stick around for the giveaway if you want to participate. Dodger, I have a no. Five of Cups in reverse. Amy. I have a yes. Seven of Pentacles, Amy. IJ. Yes, Four of Cups. She's busy. She a busy girl, but she's thought of you, yes. Dodger, happy holidays. I have a no, Momo. Sorry, Smiley. I have the 5 of Pentacles. Leader says, Luna, actually, my friend needs a disease for his actually sister in love, my brother, everything. He's will be reaching out. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to hear that. My brother's friend called her. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. I'm so happy that she'll be hearing from him soon. Okay. You're welcome, Aesthetic. Sienna, I will let you know in just a few minutes, so just stick around, okay? All right, Afsane. I have a no, 10 of Wands. You're welcome, Amy. Merry Christmas, James. She lights up his world. Right now, he's feeling extremely drained. He doesn't want to take out his anger on her. Yeah, that makes sense. She's like the highlight of his life, and she doesn't want to, or he doesn't want to, like, ruin that. Eliana, I got your donation. James and IJ, I have your donation as well. All right, this is for Maston. Hello and welcome in. All right, guys, we're doing the giveaway in 1 minute, so stick around. 1 minute, and then we're doing the giveaway. This is for Maston. I have a no, 8 of Swords for Maston. All right. So what I want everyone to do, if you want to participate in the giveaway, it's a free mini reading that we're giving away today as a Merry Christmas Eve gift. Thank you for all your support over the year. Let's go ahead and get you entered in. If you want to participate in the giveaway, just type giveaway in a comment in the chat. So just put giveaway and I will put your name on the list. Cherry Blossom says, good luck, everyone. Your name is long, sweeter. All right, last call. If you want to be added to the giveaway, type giveaway in the chat, please. Hey, nannies, welcome in. All right. Going once. Going twice. Let's go ahead and get to spinning. Good luck, everyone. Sweeter. Sweeter is the winner. Congratulations. All right, Sweeter. So what I ask is that you stick around for your turn. I'm going to add you to the list. Just make sure you are present. If you are not present during your turn, you do forfeit your reading. So it's the only thing, you got to make sure you're here when it's your turn, okay? You do everyone's read. Yes, I just went ahead and fit you in onto the list where the donations had stopped up until this point. Awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and kick this thing off. James, if you're in here, let me know. Merry Christmas, everyone else. Thank you guys for all of your support over the year. All right, I'm just checking from James to make sure that we're just doing his usual. Where is he at? James, if you're in the chat, please check in with me. I know that Eliana said she had to step away and take a shower. So we might just jump over to IJ because I don't know where anyone is. IJ, are you still in the chat? Oh, hey, James. Hey, I was just looking for somebody to be available because I couldn't figure out who was still in here. Are we just doing the channel message from Patty to start? Hey, IJ, thank you for checking in. It looks like James made it. All right, so channel message from Patty. Okay, got it. All right, working on a channeled message for James. Hi, Emily. How are you? Oh, good to hear it. We are working on a channeled message for James right now, and it takes just like 5 to 10 minutes to get that done, and then we'll be moving on to the rest of our tarot readings for him. I did post the list a little bit up so that way you guys can see where you're at on the list, or if you want to donate, where you'll be. Hey, Meredith. Hey, Emily. So we're not doing free questions anymore. We closed that list about 10 minutes ago. We're working on donations now. If you'd like to get an answer to that question, you feel free to donate $5 for a yes no reading. You're very welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, James. So I went ahead and sent it. I will say she feels a little bit softer today. It doesn't seem like she's like as I guess I don't know. Yesterday, I just felt like she was kind of snarky or something. I don't know. Still not a lot to say, but I mean, it is what it is. So she says, I am tired of pretending like everything is fine when it's not. And I feel like that's all our relationship was, avoiding the truth. I'm tired of the back and forth, what could be and what should be. I'm not asking for this to be fixed. I don't need the closure everyone talks about. Maybe things are better left in the past. I don't know if I care to go back through all of the usual nonsense. I just don't think anything you say can change my mind. So it's not great, but it's not, I don't know. I just feel like yesterday was more like mean or something for some reason. But, anyways, um, that's what I got for that. So let's pull for your love two here. Okay. It's not. It's not. I'm not saying it's like a lot better, but as far as like repairing your relationship, I don't think it's gonna look good at any point. anytime, honestly, in the near future that I feel. So I think that at least it wasn't like the snarky remarks like you can just keep waiting like you always are, or like that hasn't worked out for you in the past, and like pathetic and just stuff like that, like the snarky remarks. Like, is she coming forth very like blunt today? Yeah, she's not sugarcoating things and she's not being careful with her words, but I feel like it was more like rude in the past, and I feel like today is more just matter of fact, which doesn't sound much nicer, but I didn't feel like I was channeling like a mean girl or something today. But yeah. So in regards to like how she's showing up for the connection, we have the 7 of Cups. Just indicates that she's in a place of emotional uncertainty. She's thinking about a lot. You might be a couple of those cups, and then maybe she's got other stuff going on, what her plans are going to be for the week, what she's still got to do, what she's responsible for, etc. I do think she's avoiding commitment with you, commitment in general. And again, I think this is just like seeping in from yesterday about her not exactly knowing what it is that she wants. I think that there's a lot of like what I want to believe, a lot of illusion that she's allowing herself to feel, almost like enabling her to be delusional in a way. And maybe like resisting the reality of the situation of what things actually are at face value, making her emotionally distant and detached from you and not fully engaging with you. So her thoughts towards you, we have the 10 of Wands. It just suggests that she's overwhelmed by the emotional baggage that's been carried over time between both of you. And I feel this is like such an interesting thing because usually if you're feeling burdened or you're feeling like the load, you feel like you've been the one that's been kind of carrying the relationship. And I don't necessarily think she feels that because I do know that lands on your shoulders. I feel like there's something about this connection that she feels she's been carrying around like this whole time. And I know that like she doesn't want to be disillusioned by her own truth that she's telling herself. But I do think that she wasn't ever fully straight up with you. She never was fully honest with you. She always thought that she was, but she wasn't. And she, like you said, she was always keeping you at arm's length, or however we worded that. And I feel like because she never just told you straight up like it is, like, James, this is never going to happen. Like, this is not what I'm interested in now. I really don't think I'm going to change my mind. Like, I need you to hear me. And if you want to have a relationship with me, it is going to be strictly platonic. It's going to be a friendship. And if you are interested in something romantic, you need to find it somewhere else. If she had said that to you, word for word, at face value, you could have taken it for what it was and go, you know what? I'm just going to listen to her. Like, it is what it is. But she always beat around the bush about it. And that's the load she's talking about that she feels like she was carrying, because she never quite knew what she wanted, but she did know what she wanted in those moments. Even if she didn't know what she wanted in the future, she did know how she felt presently every single time. And that's something that she should have communicated with you more directly, and she didn't. And that's the load that I feel like she's saying that she's been carrying, because she feels like she was trying to allow for this connection to still exist, but it was draining her not ever being fully upfront with you. And the reason why she wasn't direct with you, she didn't tell you straight out, was because she didn't want to burn any bridges with you. So she would rather just kind of like danced around the subject. And I think that was complicated for you because it always gave you hope. It always made you feel like, okay, maybe one day things will work out for us. Her feelings towards you right now, her feelings towards you are rooted in a sense of independence and self-sufficiency. We have the 9 of Pentacles here. So it just indicates that she's content and secure on her own. She's just focused on building her life, and she doesn't necessarily feel the need for anyone else to complete her life. And it's just indicating this self-sufficiency where she's kind of like in this lane right now where she's focused on her own personal growth, and she's just like really focusing on like what she wants and what is being given to her. Not really much change there, but she thinks that it is. She thinks that she's like gotten rid of dead weight or something like that. I don't know. It's just really weird the way this is coming through. She just feels like I feel like for her right now, the way she's viewing your connection is that you guys were just prolonging the inevitable, and that is that you guys like needed to have this break, like a clean break from each other, like for the longest time, but neither of you were really ready to like let it go fully. And I think she was thinking to herself, well, if he's going to keep putting in the effort, I'll let him, but when he finally gives up, then it is what it is. And I don't know, it's tough. It's tough to say this. I don't like saying. I feel like the problem with Patty is that she always knew, at least at a minimum, I don't want a relationship. And I don't know if I'm ever going to want one. And I don't know if I ever want to be with James. She should have never given you hope. She should have never given you hope for the future, because giving you like little nuggets here and there, like talking about an apartment you might share together, or telling her she loves you, getting you gifts, and like telling you she has feelings for you and shit like that, that was not okay. Because what all she's doing is like making you like fall deeper for her, knowing that she wasn't ever going to do anything with it. Because yeah, maybe in the future, maybe one day, maybe a year or two from now, she might have changed her mind, but she didn't know that. She never knew that for sure. And so she never should have put you in a position to think that there was hope, because in the present moments, she knew that that was not her desire. And so that's the issue that I take up with her, to be completely honest with you. Her intention, honestly, is just to like preserve her own peace and independence. I feel like she feels she's better off on her own than dealing with the complications of the relationship. So she's just, you know, protecting her peace, preserving her own peace, staying independent. I feel like there is some aspect of her that wants to win here, because we do have the Six of Wands. So she might be looking at your disagreements or the status of your connection right now is like something that she feels she won. She was in the better place. She was a better person. You really went low. That kind of thing, which is, it is what it is. There's something else with the Six of Wands. I'm trying to figure it out. I think too, she's realizing that she's not getting the recognition from you that she did get at one point. And so for her, that means walking away, is what it feels like. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse. As far as a block or influence, she feels, oh, that's actually a good segue in regards to her feeling that she's not getting the recognition from you that she normally gets, because you're coming through as the King of Pentacles in reverse. So she feels that you're not showing up in the same reliable, consistent, emotionally available, subservient, stable way. And that, I think, I remember telling you like a while ago, or I mean, it was fairly recent, but I don't think it was like this week or anything, that if you wanted to make this relationship work, it was going to be on you. Like I told you at one point that you were going to have to carry this on your shoulders because she's not putting anything into it. And I said at some point that could balance out, like once you guys actually develop a romantic relationship with each other. But I said right now, it has to be on you. Your belief, your vision, your faith is what was going to carry this relationship. And so the second that you go at never mind, like this just isn't for me, that's when everything fell apart. Because you were that representation of like belief and faith in this connection. And because you gave up faster than the relationship manifested, that kind of dissolved like everything. But at the same time, it shouldn't be on your shoulders. It's just, that's just how it was. So she feels that you're not stepping up in the way that she's become accustomed to. Overall energy, we have the 9 of Swords. I feel like she may feel haunted by the unresolved tension between you guys. I think that she really is trying to put it out of her mind, but like I have mentioned before, this is just something that is sticking with her, whether she wants to admit it or not. This card suggests that her emotional state is highly unstable right now. She may be creating unnecessary drama and anxiety for herself in other ways. This is more like a advice to you or warning to you that she is more like hyper emotional right now. And it's definitely probably a blessing in disguise that definitely probably it's like a oxymoron, but yeah, it's like most likely, or like I feel really good about the fact that you're not communicating with her, because I feel like it's a blessing in disguise right now, especially with the emotional state that I feel that she's highly unstable at this time. Things might just get even worse, which I don't know how. Hey Eliana, welcome in. How are you? Hopefully you had a good shower. You said everything you said, it wasn't me imagining things. She really said those things, created the illusion of potentially building things together. Also, if we did actually give things a shot and it didn't work out, it would be a different story. But to do what she did, that's why I've taken this stance. I agree. I see it all as it was a game to her. There was never any intention of anything meaningful. It was just to use me. Yeah. How will karma play out following their fallout? All right, I'm going to pull a couple cards for her on one side, and then I'll pull a couple cards for you on the other. Okay, so for you, you are learning that you can't fit somebody into a mold. Like your lesson in this, and your karma balancing out, because I feel like this lesson has been learned, is that you can have a vision, you can have a picture for someone, but you can't force someone to fit that mold or that idea or that puzzle or whatever. Like you have had a hard lesson that you have to accept how people are, how they come to you, what they show you about themselves, and embrace that part of them without trying to force something to happen. Like your lesson is like you can't force things. And I think that as you learn that lesson, your disharmony in love becomes harmony. Your trust issues become things like, a person or thing or relationship that you can trust. Your imbalance becomes balance, that kind of thing. And instead of being like feeling lack of progress, you are feeling like things are moving forward with someone else. And it's giving you more strength. It's giving you more recognition. So I don't necessarily think that it's like, I feel like the karma that's coming for you is because you've taken the time to learn the lessons. Now you get to experience love in a different way a lot sooner than she will, in a better and healthier way. I think this karma has to do with your love life specifically. Like, for example, for her, she may get treated by someone else the way that she was treating you. Do you know what I mean? And then she'll go, oh, okay, it's making sense to me why this happened, because I think she's going to fall for someone. And I think that they're going to keep her on the line. I think that they're going to just toy with her, tease her, make her think something more is going to happen, and then it's not. And it's going to come full circle, and she's going to realize like the effects of what it is that she did and how that wasn't fair. Because I don't think that she's fully felt like she's upset, she's frustrated, she's annoyed, she's whatever. But I don't think she's really truly seen. I think she knows it was wrong, but let's just say she didn't feel it. She's never really been put in that position to feel how she made you feel. Do you know what I mean? Like, has she been treated like shit in the past? Yes, absolutely. She has like not had good, healthy relationships. They were very toxic, but I don't think she's ever really been strung along before. I think that will happen. I think that she will develop stronger feelings for someone who's just toying with her. And I think that that's at that moment she will figure it out. I do think after your next relationship and after her next relationship, I think things will balance out a little bit more for you guys. But I do think the karma is going to come in love. I think if she were to have learned these lessons, things might have been easier for her. But the good thing for you is that you have learned these lessons, and you know that someone needs to come into your life exactly as they are and fit just fine. And you never feel like you have to force something for it to happen. Hey, Kay, all of our free list options and our giveaways, oh, I didn't mean to have that scrolling across the banner, are closed at this time right now. We're just doing donations. So, James, just keep along the path of I'm accepting people as they are, and I'm allowing them to show me who they are, and I am taking that at face value. And I will make decisions based upon their actions, not their words. Hopefully both, but you as long as you stay on that path of understanding that if it's not working, if something seems off, if there is a red flag, you just walk away. You just go, I'm not going to continue to waste my time on this. You have to keep understanding, like, that's your lesson, to not force somebody to fit into your life a certain way. And she's got to learn the lesson of, I can't fuck with someone's feelings because that's not okay. And if I really don't see a future there right now with them, maybe one day, but I truly don't know. And I can't predict the future. And as of right now, where I stand, I don't see that happening. Then don't fuck with someone's feelings. Like, that's kind of how I feel about it. So that's where the karma is going to come into play for you guys, is in your love lives. Let me know if you have any questions about that before I move on. Peter says some people should experience what they put you through so they can feel your pain. Yeah, I think with her, I think she's going to fall for somebody who is going to not give to her at all, and just really, really string her along, lead her on. I think that's the next relationship that's coming for her. And she's not going to get it until she gets it. And the only way for her to get it is for it to happen to her. Because instead of just being a good person and just understanding that that's not something you should do, she didn't. So now she's got to suffer the consequences, which means that she's going to bring that into her reality. And she's going to have to learn the lesson the hard way. Oh. All right, what does Spirit want James to know? Eliana, I'm working on James's last question for his donation tonight. So if you are ready, or if you want to get your question on deck, it looks like it might be a channel reading. So if it is, you can let me know, but you'll be next after this. All right, what does Spirit want James to know about their future together? Perfect, Eliana, I have your question. We gotta fill me in. Okay. Wait. Yeah, now I'm getting confused. Is this the person you've been asking about? I think that it is, right? You just call him something. You say his full name sometimes. This is like the first time I think I've seen the nickname, Mike. All right. What does Spirit want James to know about their future together? James will get the biggest win. Hopefully she wakes up before it's too late. But you have to realize you're the prize, and she's blessed to have you in her life. She fumbled you, not the other way around. Aw, sweeter, that's so true. You're funny. Oh, you're good. I'm laughing, James, because I feel torn between what I want to tell you and what I'm seeing. What I want to tell you is just move on. Just let this go. Like, don't worry about a future together. Focus on yourself. Focus on other connections. Like, don't worry about it. What I'm seeing in the cards is that you guys go through your own individual relationships. And I gotta be honest, I think I have said this before to you. I think it was like a while ago. I think it was like within the last year, but probably like over the summer before that. That I think you guys are going to have to date other people first and then maybe come back together. And I do see that as a trajectory here, but I get hesitant to say that to you because I don't want you to rush into another relationship just so that way you can be like, okay, now that's done. Let's get the show back on the road with Patty. I don't want that for you, and I don't think that's fair to the person that you'd be entering a relationship with. I think truly you have to experience something else first to figure out if this is a future that you would want with her. And I think that it would require for there any to be any kind of hope. I don't think that you guys could come into union after what has transpired without exploring another option before. And I think you both would have to do that. I think you would have to have another relationship, and I think that she would. And then I think the lessons that you learn from those connections might set you up a little bit better for potentially coming back together into union. And I still think that that's a possibility, but I also feel hesitant to tell you that because I don't think that's a healthy way to look at things. Me as like, you're my client, just from life experience, I think that you should just not consider a future with her, to be completely honest. I think you should just move forward and focus on yourself and other connections. I feel like there are lessons to be learned here individually that you can't help her with. She has to figure out through someone else. Because while I think that you do serve as a guide for her, I also at the same time feel like you can't teach her everything, and she does have to figure some things out on her own. And every lesson that you teach her is at the expense of yourself, and that is not okay. It's actually a quote that I said to someone else a week or two ago. I said, sometimes you're the lesson in other people's lives, but you can't continue to be the lesson at the expense of your own well-being. So she's going to have to learn things for herself too. It can't always be at the cost of your own mental health and emotions. And I think that we just have to let you go on your journey and let her go on her journey and see how things play out. I think that there is that possibility that you could come back together, completely different people. But as I mentioned before, you guys are not compatible in these current versions of yourselves. Y'all are completely different wavelengths. So it's not going to work, Wait. Way to bury the lead, James. What do you mean? What do you mean? You never told me. Are you saying things are official? Is that what you're telling me right now? Because I did not know this. Oh my God, no. Like, I knew that you were talking to her. I knew you were talking to someone new, but I didn't know you guys were like officially together. So, congratulations. That makes me so happy. Yeah, I understand needing to just close things out to be able to move forward like completely clean. That makes a lot of sense to me. I get that. Eliana's getting ready and she's getting the tea. Oh my gosh. Congratulations. I did not know that you guys had made things official. Wow, that's incredible. I'm so happy for you. Okay, I don't think so. Like, I knew you were talking to someone new, and I knew that things were going really, really well, but I don't think you ever told me that things were official. So, anyways, I'm very happy for you. I'm happy to hear that. She's spending the rest of the week with you? Plot twist of the night. Oh, you're getting ready to wrap gifts. I thought you were getting ready. I thought you had like a Christmas Eve dinner or something you were going to. We all went from sad to cheers. I feel like I kind of already got good karma because, yeah, it's literally everything I wanted and envisioned in a relationship. Aww. I had to remove my invisible bang out of the way to make sure I was seeing that correctly. You guys are so funny. Oh my gosh. Wow. Merry Christmas. What the heck? That's awesome. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Had us stressed. Oh my gosh. Wow, James. Congratulations. And happy holidays. Thank you for your donation. I hope you have a great holiday with her. All right, Eliana, I am shuffling for you now just to see what we can get for this channeled message. You said you have to fill me in. Did you want me to do the channeling first and then let me know what's going on? Or did you want to tell me first? Yep. It's so true. It's so true. You just have to close out those old connections. And I understand like needing to get someone out of your system and like be able to start anew with a clean slate with someone new. Okay, let's do the channeling. Okay. Channeling. My Leo. That's good, James. All right, I think I'm done. Okay, let's get this sent over. All right, so he says, it feels like things have been shifting so fast lately. Sometimes I'm not sure if I am keeping up. Things have felt unstable. Despite all of that, I do feel potential and, dare I say, hope. I feel like I'm rebuilding. I want to do things the right way. Part of me feels like I had been paying too much attention to the wrong things and I needed to shift my focus. I don't want to put energy into the wrong things anymore. I don't know if you've noticed, but I had been a bit withdrawn, like hermit energy pulling me in, and I was doing some reflecting. I feel like I'm coming out of it. I feel something brighter with you that's just within reach. You always put a smile on my face and make me feel like there's more to unfold here. Okay. Oh, you felt like you intimidated him? I don't think so. I think you intimidate a lot of men, but I don't think you intimidate him per se. I think that you make him nervous, but I don't think that he's too scared to come forward to you. Like, I don't think it's about being scared for him. Oh, he said happy birthday. Oh my god. All right. You know what happens when I sneeze during your readings, guys. So, Eliana, you'll be hearing from him soon. Oh, that's funny about the hot date. Oh, I think that made him feel special. He said he wants to take you to dinner when you got back. You haven't mentioned it yet, but you're also super busy with clients. Aww. That's definitely on point. Hey, IJ. Okay, good, because I don't want anyone who will be scared. Bless you. Thank you. Someone's reaching out. Everyone knows someone's reaching out whenever I sneeze. Yeah, Eliana, he might be hitting you up for that date. That's what I'm thinking. I feel like I really think that him being withdrawn, honestly, I don't think it had anything to do with like you. I think it might have just been personal stuff. It's kind of like when you're busy with clients and you can't really like be on your phone because you just like have your hands full. You're doing consultations, color cuts, whatever. And you know, you're just like back to back to back. And it's like that kind of life, you know, sometimes you hermit out because you feel like you just got too much stuff going on and you know, you don't really know what to do or to say. But I truth be told, do not think that that he's going anywhere. I think he's still feeling you, and I feel like he still feels like there's still more to come from this. So I think that he's thinking, as long as she'll have me, I'm interested still. I know that it's been a slow burn, but he did come through as the King of Pentacles. So those are the type of people who take a very, very long time to get things moving. But I think when you go on this date, I think you guys should talk about what you're looking for. And I think he should tell you if he's interested in like a relationship. Just be like, I'm not interested getting a man. Here's what you say. Or you can wait. But I had said the other night we were watching 90 Day Fiance, me and my husband, and I said, you know what's funny about this is getting a guy to fall in love with me has never been the problem. That has never been my issue. My issue has been getting a good man to fall in love with me. And I think that's what you need to tell these people. You need to be like, I've never had a problem with getting a man to fall in love with me. I have had a problem with getting a good man too, because I need someone who's going to be in a relationship. I'm not interested in dating. I'm not interested in like getting to know people. I'm interested in finding my person. And if that's not you, step aside. No one wants that devil here. Oh my God. When I yawn, it means I'm tired. Oh my God. I don't know. Well, with the ear ringing thing, it just feels like I need to pay attention to what I was just thinking about or what I was just talking about. So if my right ear is ringing, it feels more like a warning. This is my own relationship with my spiritual team, okay? It feels more like a warning, like be on alert, be very self-aware during this time. Pay attention to your thoughts, pay attention to the conversations you're having. Like that's what that feels like to me. So like I typically will, if I hear that, I'm just like on alert. I'm like, is someone going to call me? Is someone going to text me? Like, was I just thinking about something that I need to be aware of or whatever? If it's my left ear ringing, it's to me more like peaceful confirmation. It for my left ear, and this might be different for every single person, but for me, my left is more like gentle validation or confirmation. I never feel like I need to be on high alert. I just feel like I need to be at peace, like that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, or I'm on the right path. That's for me. And I've never looked up yawning before, but I'm sure it could be a spiritual meaning as well. He said you feel like initially it was super lustful. When he noticed that you weren't into that, he definitely turned that off. Yeah, I mean, he's clearly hella attracted to Eliana. That's also never been the issue. Like I've never, you could say I've never had a problem with getting a guy to fall in love with me or getting a guy to lust after me or getting a guy to want to be with me. That's never been my problem. My problem is that these people are not like in alignment with me. They're not compatible with me. They're not wanting the same things that I do, and they're not good people. And they don't treat me with respect. That's my problem. Yeah, a warning or call to action when it's your right ear. Oh, that's interesting. You feel the same way. I noticed that, like, for me, once I learn, for me, when I try to figure out what certain things mean, it's always about pattern. It's always about repetition. So, for example, I knew like at one point there's a spiritual meaning, like if your nose is itching or your face is itching, that it means that someone wants to talk to you or someone's going to reach out to you. That's never really been the case for me, but I did start noticing that when I was sneezing, people would be like, "Oh, that's so crazy, Luna, the person that we were just talking about, like, just reached out to me." And I realized that I had just sneezed at that moment. I was like, "Okay, that's interesting." And then it kept happening and happening and happening. And I was like, "Okay, there must be some kind of coincidence here about this because, like, I mean, it's not a guarantee, but it happens so often that it becomes pattern recognition at that point." So I guess I'll have to now remember that when I was yawning, we were talking about commitment. We were talking about a relationship. And now that I have that pattern set up, now whenever I yawn during readings, I'm going to try to remember. But I feel like the thing about yawns are they could be you're tired, but they could also be you can force a yawn. You know what I mean? A sneeze you can't really force. And so that's why it feels different to me is that I could yawn at any point. I can't sneeze on command. They become stalkers. It's crazy. Eliana, you and me are the same, girl. You and me are the same. I just had a high school ex, okay? High school. View my TikTok profile and like a post of mine on my Luna Affinity page. He never knew me as Luna Affinity ever. Like I didn't start Luna Affinity until like 2019, 2020, and this was back in like 2007, okay? So he never knew me as Luna Affinity. So not only is he going and liking my stuff, but he's finding me under a different pseudonym than what I ever went by. Like my new stage name or whatever. So I'm like, there's definitely investment. And this was just in the last like couple of weeks. So I'm just like, not that I don't mind the support, but like, I don't know. I'm just like, what the hell? um, and that's not the only one. There's been a lot. I still have one that routinely looks at my stories. And this is someone I dated in like 2009. So yeah, like it's just crazy. You and I are the same. You get tingling in your nose and never check. Yeah, now pay attention. The reason I pay attention to how I'm feeling specifically, IJ, if you're in here, you can post your questions. The reason why I pay attention to it so much is because I am clairsentient and I learned tarot by focusing how I feel in my physical body when I'm doing readings. So if you're someone that's like claircognizant, which I am very, very strongly as well, that's just not how I learned tarot. It wasn't something I really thought about. If you're clairvoyant, you're going to be paying attention to the images that are coming to mind. So you might not focus on the clairsentient part of it, like what's physically happening in your body, but like now that you really will start paying attention. Ooh, nose itching means money. I like that. You're still broke. Oh my gosh. No, joking is fun. Keep joking. Isn't that weird how they tell you? Okay, Eliana. All right, this is for IJ. Since we've been interacting more, how is she feeling? Since they're interacting more, how has she been feeling? Oh, that's interesting. I know on TikTok if someone saves a post, it tells you, but I didn't know on Instagram either. Um, how has she been feeling? So IJ, you're a standout to her. I think that she feels that there are certain things that you guys talk about, conversations that you have that she can't have with anyone else. She feels like there's just a certain level of intelligence that you bring to the table that it's just not easy to find with anyone else. And I think that that's something that makes her excited. Um, it just feels like that's what I mean, stand out. It feels like you just bring something to the table that I just think that, most people want to have small talk. Most people want to have like, oh, how's your day? Good, just so tired. Oh yeah, did you have coffee? Like small talk. And I feel like with her, you're open to something more than that and you want to know more and you want to nourish her soul and you want to tell her good things and you want to make her laugh and you want to make her smile and you're not interested in the small talk. Like you'll have it with her if it means having a conversation, but it's not necessarily something that interests you. And I think that she is picking up on that. I think she thinks to herself sometimes if she's reading a really good book or she heard something like on a podcast or whatever that felt like, oh my God, I think IJ would really like this because he would understand it. There's just certain people that you have in your life that just have a certain level of understanding and higher knowledge and higher intelligence. They're just better, easy to understand certain things. And she feels like if she learns something, that she could have that conversation with you and tell you about it. She doesn't think she can do that with just anybody. I truly don't think she really knows anyone else that she could have those kinds of conversations with, besides maybe people who have specific interests in those areas. So, like, for instance, if she knows someone who's into quantum physics, she knows she could go to them and talk to them about quantum physics. However, she might not know anybody who's interested in epigenetics. And she is like, this is something that really, really interests me. Maybe IJ would also have interest in this as well. It seems like something that he could get on with and like understand and learn. So just like different examples. And those again are areas of interest to me. I don't know if they're areas of interest to her. I think epigenetics is something she's interested in, by the way. But I'm just saying I feel like she feels she could come to you about literally anything that she's excited about or learning or fixated on. And you would be able to carry a conversation with her about it. You would be able to ask interesting questions and bring different perspectives to the subject matter. And I think that she feels like she could get really deep with you. And I think that she really enjoys that. Sweeter, they want to be TikTok so bad. She can say some stuff and you can pick up on that and understand what she means. Oh no, sorry. She can say some stuff, you can pick up on it and understand what she means. Yes. She's interested she is interested in that. She's involved in medication testing and psychiatry. That's so cool. Yeah, that's like my latest hyperfixation right now is epigenetics. I haven't been able to put as much time into it as I normally can because, holidays. But I've been learning so much about it. It's the coolest thing ever. I definitely can see that being something that she's totally interested in. I love when science and spirituality meet. It's the coolest thing. Um, like energy. So yeah, I think that she really likes knowing that if something is of high interest to her, that she can come to you and have like any kind of conversation and that you would entertain it and you would be interested and you would let her feel comfortable to communicate that with you. I feel like I'm getting the message that you have been carrying a lot of the conversation lately. She is being reciprocative. I don't know what the word is. Reciprocative. Whatever the word is. I don't ever know how to say that word. You have been reciprocating, or sorry, she has been reciprocating to you, but I feel like you've been kind of heading the conversation lately. I don't think that's good, bad, or neutral. I think that's just, it is what it's been, but that's just the message that I'm getting, is that it seems like she is allowing you to take the lead, and then she's being responsive. That's the word I should use, responsive. So maybe that's something, because I'm getting that message that like maybe she's putting hyper focus on that, because maybe she feels like she doesn't want it to always feel like you're the one taking the lead, and that but yeah, she's been responding. Exactly. I'm not saying she's not responding. I'm saying she's responding. I'm just saying, like, I'm getting the message that you've been the one kind of carrying the conversation, and so that is something that's on her mind. That is something that she's been feeling. And that could fall back on just the fact that it's a busy week. But the main message that I feel like she always wants you to be clear about is that she's very interested in what it is you have to say. And she always wants to make sure, like, this is like her prerogative, is to make sure that you never feel like you're getting short, cold, distant answers from her. She always wants you to feel that when she is responding to you, that it is of interest, it is with enthusiasm, it is with gratefulness, respect to you, appreciation for the conversation. Because here's the thing, IJ, like, when you guys enter into a relationship, she's going to be excited, like, to share these things with you that she's learning. And she's going to want to continue the type of connection that you have right now into your day-to-day life. So if you're interested now, but she shuts it down and she's not giving you very responsive answers and you just kind of feel like you're bothering her, she's worried that if she doesn't nurture a very like back and forth, a very engaged connection, that might trickle into a relationship with you, which she doesn't want. She likes how engaging you are, and she wants that to continue into the relationship. Yeah, she does. The thing is, IJ, she's just a very intuitive person. And so she, and she's just a very feeling type of person. So it's like, no matter what, even if someone is thinking to themselves, and it's a trauma response, honestly, but if someone isn't thinking to themselves, oh my God, she's barely even talking to me, how annoying, she is going to think in her head, oh my God, I have barely talked to this person. They must be so frustrated with me. Even if the other person's just like, la-di-da, living their day, and they just don't care. They're just like, whatever. Like, she's going to think that's the case. I mean, that happened to me at my wedding. It was a trauma response. I always, as a child, had to walk on eggshells, always gauge someone's like demeanor, try to figure out if someone was going to freak out on me or not, and if someone was in a bad mood or a good mood. And that carried into my life now, where like I'm always gauging. I can pick up an energy shift like you wouldn't believe, and it's not in my head. I know energy shifts are real, but it doesn't necessarily mean I'm a mind reader. It doesn't necessarily mean that I can like definitely know what that person is thinking. And so at my wedding, I felt bad because everyone was wanting to help me. And I didn't ruin my wedding, but I ruined my mentality a lot of that day because I was so worried about the, feeling bad that everybody was working my wedding when they were wanted to be helpful, but I felt bad. And instead of just enjoying my day for what it was, I was so worried about other people's feelings and worrying about how they, were what they were thinking, what they were feeling. I didn't want them to have resentments towards me. And nobody did. Everyone did it out of love. They wanted to help me, but I just couldn't get out of my own head. And so, like, that's kind of what I feel she's doing, is that even if you're just like, I'm fine, I'm having a good time. By the way, you can post your second question. Like, you're just like, I'm good, like, I'm chilling, like, no worries. She's still going to put that pressure on herself to feel like she didn't contribute as much as she would have liked to. But that in itself should let you know that she does care about you, that she does care about this connection, because if she didn't, she wouldn't care. She wouldn't be thinking these things. What does spirit teams want you to know about how you can make your lives easier? Wow, it's very interesting, IJ, that I just brought up childhood issues, because I have childhood issues here. Um, what about these childhood issues? What about these childhood issues? All right. So how can you make her life easier? Well, if you feel like you have had any childhood issues, you could work through those, because I think that coming into a relationship as healed as you possibly can will make your life easier. So if you have any childhood wounds that you need to work through, if you haven't already, I would say start focusing on that. I don't know how you can help her with it besides being confirming for her. Being believing her. Like, if she's telling you that something happened in her childhood and it made her feel some type of way, don't try to give her a solution. Don't try to problem solve or just like hear her, just like listen to her. Just confirm her, because the problem with childhood issues, if she's having them, is the fact that when you're a kid, people dismiss you. Like, they make you feel as though you don't understand, you don't know what's going on, you don't have the whole story, you don't know any better. When you're older, you'll know, but you don't know now. And you get a lot of invalidation as a child. And in order for her to heal that inner child as an adult, she needs to feel validated. She can't feel like, oh, well, you were remembering wrong, or you don't know, you don't understand like what exactly happened, or making even worse, making excuses for the person that hurt her. So, you just have to be on her side, and you have to like, and if you can relate to her, because that makes her feel, because that's another childhood wound, is feeling alone and abandoned and invalidated. So if you can help her when she's processing through those things and giving her that confirmation and being like, I hear you, I see you, I believe you. I know that that was your experience, and like you have every right to feel the way that you feel is going to be super, super important. She told you she's doing inner child healing. You know, she moved around a lot, was a military brat. That's tough. Moving around, not having a stable life, that's very, very hard. And I know it. I was the same way. I moved around a lot as well, not due to the military, although my dad was in the military. Because of an unstable childhood, I moved around. I went to two different middle schools every single year of middle school, if that tells you anything. Luckily, in elementary school and in high school, I went to the same schools, but middle school age was very, very unstable for me. And that's, if you think like your formative years, that's when you're like prepubescent and going through puberty, and I don't know, it's a struggle. So I think just like really supporting her through her childhood issues that she experienced is going to be very important. I think, and this is in the future, it's not necessarily for now, but it's coming through. When you guys are entering into a relationship, it's very important that if either of you, but if she brings up a subject of something that bothers her, that you hear her out. If you don't feel that it's a fair assessment, obviously speak your piece, speak your mind, but always feel like, always end it with that you will now take this under consideration, and you will do your best to not make her feel this way or whatever the issue was. And try not to ever put her in that position again, because something's telling me that she also grew up because of this instability with inconsistency. And if she feels that you really hurt her, you'll be consistent with that, and this will never be an issue ever again. However, if she feels like it's something she has to tell you over and over and over again, this is just going to trigger her. This is just going to make her feel like she's not being heard, and again, not being validated. And that's how it should be, vice versa. If there's something that you do or something that you don't want her to do, something that she did that bothered you, she should also do the same thing for you. Because people shouldn't fight over the same things over and over and over again. If you say our private life is private and I don't want you talking about our private life to anybody else, she should respect that, and she shouldn't do that. If you don't care, then don't bring it up. I'm just trying to think of different examples that, like, where something might bother you if she's doing, or vice versa. But I think, honestly, just like supporting her, hey SB, validating her, being here for her is going to be very important. A lot of this has to do with like a future relationship with her, but I think that some of it really could translate into now, because what I want you to do is like think about everything that she has said to you that she's working through. If she has given you specifics or even something that's vague, a category, think of all the different things that she could have said that will make you think to yourself, well, why is she experiencing this? What in her life could have made her feel this way in particular? So we'll just talk about the water thing really quickly, IJ, before I finish this reading. You know how we talked about the water, like if the water is dirty and you're breaking cycles, generational cycles, and you're pouring the water in, and the more water you pour in, the clearer it gets, and then until eventually you're not passing on dirty water to other people. I know you know what I'm talking about. Why would she post that? What specific type of generational cycle that's toxic is she trying to end? What is it that she feels shouldn't continue into future generations? Thought-provoking questions like that to try to understand her better is definitely going to make your connection go a lot smoother and a lot easier, and your lives a lot easier. Oh, really? Look at that. That's so cute that she's asking for your advice. I love that. For beginners, because she broke her last two. Oh, dang. My neighbor has a, he's like, I don't know if you have to be licensed or not. But he does that too. Yeah, that's super cute. I love that she's asking you for that advice. That's really, really sweet. Oh no. Oh no. I feel so bad for her. That sucks. You're welcome, IJ. Hey, SB. I'm pulling up your questions right now. All right, let's do a love spread for you real quick. I'm just going to throw this up on the screen just so we know that we're on your reading. All right. Is it okay if I say your person's name or not? All right. So I am getting, okay, I can say, okay. Um, I feel like he is looking for like a huge change. Like something tells me that he's undergone some type of, I don't know if it's like improvement, change of mindset. Like I feel like he's just looking for something completely new, completely different. Like he feels like risen from the ashes. Like I feel like Phoenix energy from him. I feel like he's just like, I am looking for something, I'm completely changing. Like I don't know, I'm getting like he's just different. Like he's very different. I don't know how to explain it besides that. He's as far as like what he wants, he's coming through as the tower. So he's saying I am starting from scratch. I am starting over. He kind of laid it all out to you. Yeah, like he's like I am starting from the bottom and we're starting clean slate. Like I'm just looking for something different, something new. I think how he feels about you, what he likes, is that you're a no nonsense kind of person, which he really, really enjoys. We have the Five of Wands in reverse. So you're the type of person that is straightforward, agreeable, no nonsense, willing to like see other people's sides, compromise. That kind of vibe. Like he really likes that you just seem like a go with the flow good kind of person. It doesn't mean that you don't have standards. It's not like he's viewing you as someone who will just go with whatever. I do think he thinks that you have a backbone, but I'm just saying as a personality, you are just someone who's just like very easy to get on with. His intentions, I feel he just wants to turn over a new leaf. I think he's in a place where his conscience is kicking in. We have the Seven of Swords in reverse, so he's like coming clean, confessing, turning over a new leaf. Like this is the new me. This is the new thing that I want. Like I don't know. I just get the vibes that he's just like what was working before is not working now, and I never want to do that again. Like that's what I'm getting from him. What you want. Hmm. You have the Eight of Cups in reverse. I'm getting like you're accepting things. You're accepting what has been handed to you, what has not been handed to you, and I feel like you are just it is what it is. Like it is what it freaking is. Like and I think that there is some disappointment hidden behind there because the Eight of Cups, you know, it does indicate a sense of like sadness, you know, like shrugging shoulders, like, damn, this, I don't want to be here again. Like, I think it's just like, but you're just accepting your lot. You're just accepting your cards. You're accepting what has been handed to you and like trying to push on. And I think that you're just like, I'm just ready to get past this place. I'm ready to get past this point. What brings you together? So you both are looking for a fresh start. Like, I think you both want a new, you said that's true, you're just accepting it. Yeah, you both want like a new beginning, you both want a fresh start, you both want like a great love. No crime, like damn, all right, whatever, let's go. Yeah, that's totally the energy. It's totally the energy. You're like, this is just, it is not what I wanted, but whatever, like on to the next, I guess. So yeah, I feel like you guys both have strength in that you want a new romance, you want something new, you want to socialize, you want to get to know someone in hopes that it develops into something more. So your weakness is the strength card. So I don't necessarily see this as a weakness. I think strength is a very, very positive, uplifting, great card. But what it does indicate is that through this constant disappointment that you both have experienced, you are becoming more hesitant to open up to each other. And it's more so on like the vulnerability side, the parts that are what feel the most intimate to you, and the part that what feels the most vulnerable to you is going to be very difficult to open up in this connection because of those things. Because it's really hard to like open yourself up, invest in something when it hasn't worked out. But my advice, SB, is don't invest emotionally into this person until you see their actions are lining up. If you feel like this person is taking forever to get back to you, if you feel, I mean, not talking about Pete specifically, I'm talking about anybody and anybody that you're talking to. If they're not responding to you right away, if they're not following through the things that they said they're going to do, if they're making you question your place in their life, don't fall for them. Don't give them more than what they're giving to you. So like I see with the last connection that you had that you saying you walked away from, I can see how you could have gotten emotionally invested in that person. Don't do that this time around, because then you don't have to make yourself vulnerable, and therefore any future connections that you have. Because what I see happening, SB, for you and also for Pete, is that you guys, even I feel it less for him because he's trying to start over, but I feel like for you, like I feel like your ability to get close to someone is shrinking with every single disappointment that you have. And it's still there. There's still hope and faith in this, but it's like getting less and less ability to open up vulnerably and intimately with someone, because every single time you're over investing emotionally more than you should. So whether it's with Pete or whether it's with someone else, I don't want you to do that. So if this person's waking you up with a hello, how are you? How was your day? If they're messaging you in the morning and messaging you at night, if they're very invested in the conversation, if they're going out of their way to see you, to spend time with you, if they're saying that they're going to do something and then they follow through with it, and you start seeing after a couple of weeks, this person is really, really showing me that they're interested in me, then and only then do you start investing emotionally into that person. Do not invest emotionally and start envisioning what a future could be like and what things could be like with this person or that person or this whatever until this person is showing up in your life consistently. I knew to a certain extent that when I was dating my husband that I could start falling for him, because every single day without fail after he got off of work, he was messaging me and we were talking for hours, and every single thing that I said, if I sent him a whole entire paragraph, he would respond to every single individual thing that I said. His attention to detail is superior. Okay, that meant so much to me because he wasn't just glazing over what I said and responding to the topics of interest to him. He was responding to every single little thing that I said. And that made me feel seen and heard and cared for. He always messaged me every single day. He saw me every single weekend. He would go out of his way to do little things like, I got a flat tire. He left his house, which was an hour away, came and fixed my tire, couldn't stay, and then drove home. He literally drove over 2 hours to fix my tire, not to spend time with me, not to see me, not to hook up with me, just to fix my tire. And stuff like that, when you start witnessing that kind of stuff from your person, that is when you invest in them. Because yeah, you're in therapy. I don't want you to have to do that. I don't want you to be in therapy for anxiety and I mean, anxiety is like a individual thing, but I don't want you to have to go through that, because what I don't want is your capacity for letting someone in and getting close to someone to keep shrinking with every single encounter that you have. Because what's going to happen is you are going to meet your person, and then you're going to have it's going to be chained, locked, triple locked, bolted, like every single thing. And this person's not going to be able to get close to you when they deserve to, when they should be able to, So just make sure that you're not investing emotionally before they're showing up in actions, is what I'm saying. Okay. Where are we at here? Energy around the relationship. We have the 10 of Wands. Honestly, this is the 10 of Wands in reverse. Is just honestly feels like releasing burdens, allowing fate to just come in and do its thing. I don't see you holding on too strongly to this person, truly. I think you just want to see how things go with them, which is definitely a good perspective to have. You felt like you kept making the same mistakes and you want to figure out why. Yeah, that's some great advice. Yeah, absolutely. What's hidden? That you both are releasing fears. What I like about this connection is it's a connection of confession. I feel like if you guys are communicating about something, you would never feel judged by the other person to say something. This feels like a connection of truth. And maybe sometimes the delivery will be kind of blunt and straightforward, but at least it's honest. And I think this is a very honest connection. Overall energy, we have the Nine of Cups in terms of is there potential for success for the relationship? And I am getting a yes. We have the Nine of Cups. So this is like content, fulfillment, wishes coming true. It's like the Make the Wish card. So I think that you can find a lot of what you're looking for in this person. All right, second question for the mini. How would he treat you in the connection? How would he treat you? So they're saying that he would be a very helpful companion. He would want to assist you or help you be able to, like, he's all about healing is what I'm getting. He's all about healing. He's all about working through your issues and coming out a better person on the other side. Like, I think he wants to help you, SB. I think he wants to say, how can I be of service? How can I like, what can I do to help you? Like, I feel like that's what he's wanting. Like, I think he's not submissive, but he has a servant-based heart, a servant-based mentality. He has the type of, like, thought process, maybe like a Cancer, kind of like a Cancer, or yeah, I guess a Cancer. I was gonna say Virgo, but it would have to be a feminine Virgo, not a male Virgo. But I feel like he just wants to be of service. I think he might have like acts of service might be a love language for him. And I think that's how he would treat you. He would want to help you find a way to help you move forward, to give you that comfort, to make you feel like he's a good person to be with or to count on. He is very overly cautious. I am getting the Gemini card here. It's the King of Swords. He's definitely overly cautious. I think the only thing I would say, SB, is just be wary that when it comes to his personality, he can tend to want things to be a certain way and have like a certain picture of how he wants things to go. And if they don't turn out that way, that's very upsetting to him. Um, so sometimes if he's helping you, sometimes if he's being of service, it might be for a bottom line. I'm not saying that he is malicious. I'm not saying or manipulative. I'm just saying that he might try to help you get to a certain place because he wants something to happen. So for example, if you have issues with commitment, and I'm not saying you do, I'm just saying this is an example. If you have a fear of commitment, he might say to himself, well, I want her to commit to me. So what is it I can do to help her commit to me? Let me tell her to go to therapy. Let me tell her to do like some type of healing modality. Let me tell her, let me help her be a good listener. Like it would have selfish like motivation. I'm not saying he's a selfish person, but I'm saying like he will do literally whatever it takes to make something happen because he wants that thing to happen. And sometimes he wants things to go a certain way. He visualizes things happening a certain way. And it's very upsetting to him if it doesn't go that route. He's very like, they're saying here with the Hierophant that he could have like traditional based views or traditional based values. So just make sure that the relationship doesn't get to a point where it gets lopsided, where you find that you're just being more like agreeable and he's getting everything that he wants. Make sure that you are also, because you want to set that precedent early. I'm not saying that that's how the relationship is going to go for sure. I'm just saying that he leans with that tendency that he could potentially like want things to be a certain way. And if you set the precedent in the beginning that this is not how it's going to be, this is how it's going to be, and you come with that like backbone and that voice in the beginning, then he'll adjust because he is a mutable sign. So, but if he gets used to things being a certain way, then that's how he's going to expect it to continue. So you have to nip these things in the butt early. You said he tells you he has traditional based values. You told him you want your values to align before you move forward. Yeah. So just make sure that you're being as vocal as you, I dare I say, be the most vocal that you can be in the beginning. Because as I said, he is a mutable sign. He can change. But if he gets accustomed to a certain way that you are, and then you get tired of it and you want to change, this is not going to be good for your relationship. Introduce all parts of your personality at the beginning so that way he can adjust himself and you guys can move forward in a more cohesive, collaborative, compatible type of connection. But I think that he will treat you like you're sacred. I think that he will value you above all. You will be his priority. I think he will cherish you. I think he will like worship you, worship the ground you walk on. Like you'll be his everything, in the relationship. Let's take a look at compatibility. I do feel like we kind of touched on that a little bit, but let's pull some cards here and just see. He admires that you're a mother. Yeah. And that's actually going to help you, SB, kind of give you a leg up in that situation because he's going to know that you are a mother before anything else and above all else. And that is going to give you that buffer that you need when he's going to get used to the fact that he can't be numero uno every single time. Like you have other priorities as well. And that's going to help kind of soften the intensity that he can tend to bring to the table. All right, so children, the theme of children is coming through again. I gotta say, SB, I feel like with this person, I think they have a lot of what you're looking for. I do. I think that the Nine of Cups was there. So it's like, he's checking a lot of boxes for you. He's saying all the right things. He wants some similar things to you, and you're not used to someone coming at you full force and being like super intentional with how they feel. And you're like, oh my God, what a change of pace. This person is just like laying it all out there for me. And I love it. And I'm here for it. But I also feel like just because they're so different, just because they're showing up differently in your life, doesn't necessarily mean that they're the best match for you. It might be better. It might be a better match, a more suited match. But for whatever reason, and I don't know if I'm tapping into your energy, I do feel resistance here. I don't know why I'm feeling resistance. Like I'm feeling like I don't know if this is it exactly. It's your energy. Okay. Because, like, I don't want to interfere tapping into your energy with what the reading is. So I'm trying to, like, read it very factual, fact based. But it just feels resistant. It feels like you're just not sure about this guy. You have a lot of great cards, but some are coming in reverse, to be honest. So I feel like there's a lot of good that comes from this person. Yeah, you're not used to it. You're not, maybe you're taken aback by it. There's a lot of good that can come from this person. I think you're interacting with him at the right time. I think that this is definitely going to open your eyes to what else is out there. You're used to the BS. What I don't want, here's what I don't want, SB. I don't want this person to be so intense and so like direct and whatever that it starts to feel overbearing. Like I never want you to be put in a position where you feel like you have pressure on you that you shouldn't have. This relationship should be easy. It should be seamless, effortless. It should be simple to integrate your lives together. And if it ever feels like you have a lot of pressure on you from him, I think just keep this message and just know that this might not be it for you. Again, you really do have a lot of great cards, and I do think that you're compatible on so many levels. I think you're both looking for commitment. I think you're both family people. I think that he would be very open to being a step parent and stepping in. I think that it's kind of like one of those things. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe like, you know how when people say he's everything that I want on paper, like he's got everything I'm looking for on paper, but there's just something that's not quite aligning for me. That is what I'm picking up when I'm doing this reading. I think you should let it play out. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to make you aware. So that way you don't get in too deep before you start seeing the signs. I want you to be aware of this information going into it, and hopefully you will be pleasantly surprised. The thing I don't want you to do is ignore the red flags. That's all I'm saying. If there are any, don't ignore them. Be aware of them immediately. But maybe by bringing this to your attention now, moving forward, you'll be pleasantly surprised. Because I do think there's a lot of compatibility here on paper. So I think you should just see how it plays out in person, face to face, spending time together. How do you feel? Is there attraction? Is there a physical chemistry, an energetic one? And kind of go from there. But I think Spirit's just saying there's nothing wrong with being made aware of things in advance, because it might just help you navigate the relationship sooner rather than investing yourself into something that may or may not work out. You know? You're very welcome, SB. All right, guys, we are going to do a last call on donations before we sign off for the night. But look into Mike's next actions. Okay. Yeah, I can answer your second question for sure. You're welcome. All right. Letting go of the past and focusing on the future, maturity and growing up, acceptance, moving forward. So it does kind of seem like he's turning over a new leaf here with you. Kind of jumping in a bit more. It doesn't feel like a headfirst deep dive. I don't know if you're going to see like a completely 180 change in him, but I feel like there's going to be some like increased interest. The problem with him is like it's hard for him to just do it. He seems like a procrastinator, which is not a good thing, because he misses out on a lot because he doesn't just take the bull by the horns. He doesn't just like do it. So for example, said he wants to take you out on a date, and he's thinking about it. All he does is think. I want to do it. But actually just picking up the damn phone and saying, hey, I made this plan, let's go do this thing. That's the struggle that I have with this man. That's the problem, is because I always say that you need someone who's just gonna just do it. You're not even gonna think about it, just take care of it. Just get it done. And it's like, why is he thinking? I told her I want to take her out. Maybe even thinking and fantasizing about where he's going to take you out. But it's like, what is it that stops him from like just making the move? Because honestly, he could have messaged you yesterday, today, Sunday. Like he could have said, I've made plans. I just need to know if you're available on this night or that night or whatever. Like, I think that's the part. It's like this anticipatory fear or something that frustrates me about him, is just like, just fucking do it. Just do it. Like there's nothing wrong with that. Like just get it done. And so I think that's where like your frustration is going to be with this man, is because I don't doubt he wants to see you. I don't doubt that he wants to take you out. He gets in these very like isolated, lonely states where he just doesn't feel like he needs to socialize. It's almost feeling like a mental health issue, to be honest. Like Nike, just do it. Like that Shia LaBeouf thing. I don't know if you guys remember that. He's just like, just do it. But I feel like it's almost like a mental health thing. Like he kind of gets paralyzed when it comes to socializing. It is Nike's motto. Where it's like he just can't. I don't know. Like this is so conflicting because I feel him feeling, I just want to be alone. I just want to hang out at my place and just want to do nothing. I don't want to go out or do it. I'm like, is it depression? Like, what the hell is this? Because I feel like there is this desire to see you. There is this desire to be with you, but he can't get up the motivation to do it. And then it starts making me wonder, is this a mental health thing? Like, I don't know. Actions, they feel like offers. I feel like he's gonna reach out to you. I feel like he's gonna ask you out on a date. I think my main concern is what happens after that. Does he go, okay, that was good enough and move on? Or does he actually stay with it? Does he stay consistent? And that's what I'm having a hard time seeing right now. It's like, why are you being so standoffish when you clearly have interest in this girl? Mike, why are you doing this? I do think he's trying to change. I do think he's trying to turn over a new leaf. I feel like he just needs some guidance. I feel like he just needs some guidance though. Like he needs some like advice on what he can do to try to start working on himself or something. He posted a picture yesterday and looked sad or gone. How should I do it? Yeah, he feels sad. He feels lonely. It's like, do you know how like when we're on our cycle and one week we can be feeling really, really great, and then another week we can be feeling like we're losing energy, and then another week we can be feeling really emotional. Gun or no? And you know that it's like, you know that you feel like you're acting irrational, but because like logically you know that like this is not normal for you, but you can't help yourself. Like that's why I'm getting the point where I'm like, is it mental health? Because I feel like logically he desires you. Logically he wants to be with you. Logically he wants to take you out. Logically he wants to go. But it's like emotionally, like mentally or something, it's like he can't help but feel like he doesn't want to do anything, or he's not motivated to do anything. And so maybe it's hormonal, like it could be like a hormonal imbalance in him potentially. But I just don't feel that zest from him that, a person his age should have. That makes so much sense. Yes, even feeling overstimulated for no reason. So yeah, so that's why Eliana, I feel like he's going to reach out to you. I think it's just this intermittent contact that has me nervous. So I almost feel like someone needs to introduce him to like certain healing modalities, like maybe talking about your biofeedback experience with him would be good, because like maybe he needs to like something like that. Maybe he needs some rewiring or something like that, because truly, Eliana, his actions are, I'm interested in her. His intentions are, I am going to ask her out, I am going to set up a date, and we are going to get together. That's his intention. You said it makes a lot of sense. Oh, guys, I learned like a really cool, I guess, like ritual or whatever. And I'm probably going to do it tonight. But basically, you write down like 10 things that you want to manifest in 2025, and you divide them into 10 individual like little sheets of paper. So like rip it up so that they're 10 individual manifestations. And every single day from here until New Year's Eve, you're going to burn, without looking at which one it is, you're going to burn it. So like you're going to burn one tonight, one tomorrow, one the next night, one the next night. And by the time that you get to New Year's Eve, you're going to have one left. Before you burn it, look at it, because that is what your spiritual team, or the universe wants you to focus on the most next year. And that's going to basically be the center of all of your other manifestations coming through. So like, for instance, if you're like, I want to start a business, I want to get healthy, I want to do this, do that, whatever. And then on the last night on New Year's Eve, the very last piece of paper says, get healthy. Then basically what they're saying is all of your other manifestations will come through, but first you have to get healthy. And then that's where all of your other manifestations will spring from. And so it's like a really cool idea. And granted, you were supposed to start it 2 days ago. So you're going to have to burn a couple of pieces of paper like tonight. But the whole idea is that, like, I think so 22, 23, 24. I think today you'll have to burn 3 of them. And then 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Yeah, burn 3 tonight, 3 of the 10, and then every single night from here on out until New Year's Eve, do 1. And then the very last one is where your spiritual team wants you to put your focus on for 2025. And that will be the vehicle that if you can do that, everything else will start to work for you, for your other manifestations. It sounds so cool, right? I know. I think I'm going to do it too. But next year, remember this, because you're supposed to start on the 22nd. Yeah, I'm not sure what it's called. I don't know. The New Year ritual, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I've been doing affirmations every day as well. Because they say that if you do affirmations, the same ones every day for 21 days, you'll start to rewire your brain chemistry. So I've been doing that. Sweeter, that's so cool. Someone else told me that when I was doing the aura reading giveaway on Instagrams, that person that won told me they manifested it too. So I'm like, people are using my giveaways as a way to manifest, and I feel so honored. I feel like that's so cool. How will this go for her? Okay, so the first thing that they're saying, Eliana, is that you're going to be closing out some loops. I don't really know what that means, but that's what I'm hearing, is that you're closing out loops. So I guess that means that maybe there are certain things that you have been doing that have been like replaying over and over and over again. And like maybe you're going to cancel that now, or like that will be canceled out for you. So like basically the things that you experience every single day, day to day, whether that's like a mental thing, a physical thing, whatever, there's something here where it's just like it's playing on a loop and it's like you can't get out of it, and this is it's closing it out. Because I have the world here, so it's like you will achieve success, you will feel accomplished, you will feel a sense of completion, you will feel like you like got it done, if that makes sense. I do have 2 of Cups, so I have like partnership, unity, love, finding someone that's compatible. So potentially with these shifts, maybe it puts you in a better position, or like it sets you up better to find more of what you're looking for. Tapping further into your intuition a little bit better, because you're not going to have these preconceived blocks that may have been there before. I also feel, Eliana, they're saying you're going to be doing a lot of crying, like a lot of releasing. So just expect like you to be more emotional than usual. You might even be more angry. I don't know like what you've been holding inside. But like if you feel like you've been holding on a lot of anger, then that's what's going to come out. If you feel like you've been holding on a lot of sadness or disappointment, you might be crying a lot. like that kind of thing. You're going to be doing like a lot of releasing specifically, but then they are saying that then that's going to shift. That's going to transmute maybe into more laughing, more smiling, more happiness in your everyday moments. There's a sense of feeling free. Eliana, getting more tapped into your own originality. So maybe feeling like you're showing up more authentically as well. They're saying that you might even start looking different, like youthful, like you might start like reversing your age or something. And like maybe changing your look or changing your appearance. I also think that during this time, you might have people trying to come back into your life because they know that you're closing out the cycle or the loop or the like way that you're functioning, like, you know, like whatever way in which you were functioning that brought that person into your life. It's like there's an energetic awareness that you're trying to sever that thought process, and so it might start bringing other people back into your life as you're trying to like close this out. Basically to see like if you're really, really ready to like let this go, let this thought process go, or let this way of thinking go. And so you just have to kind of like shut it down. You visualize while affirming you were going to win. When the doubt creeps in, you ignored it. As soon as the countdown happened, you heard me say your name. Yeah, I still said whoever wins, I'm going to congratulate them because it's well deserved. And I heard an inner voice say, congratulate yourself. Oh, I love that. When I meet someone new, I automatically assume there's another woman in the picture. Oh, got you. He said, I love that. Funny because I've been losing weight. Ooh, I like that. Your face structure has already changed. Dang, that's crazy. I'm so happy for you, though. Does that help you? Let me know if you have any questions about that. Sweeter. All right, girl, it's your turn. Whenever you're ready, just post your question and I'll do your mini reading for you. Eliana, she's 100% correct. This has been happening to me a lot lately. You will start having people come towards you and your appearance will start improving to the extreme. Oh, wow. Whenever you assume they have another woman, start assuming you're the better option. Ooh, I like that. Who is this person that you guys are talking about that you're doing this with? I just looked up biofeedback, a mind-body technique that uses specialized monitoring devices to help individuals gain conscious control over involuntary bodily functions like heart rate, muscle tension, skin temperature, allowing new ways to manage stress, pain, and other health conditions by making subtle changes to their physiology. Wow, I like that a lot. Oh, sensors are placed on your body, which are displayed on the monitor. Oh, is this something that you have to do in person? Oh, it looks like my chat disconnected. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Why is my chat disconnecting? Whenever you assume they have another woman, start assuming... Oh, no, I already read that one. Are you doing the free sessions or personalized? Oh, got you. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Okay, well, it looks like my chat is not working on my end. However, Sweeter, if you have your question and you can still hear me, go ahead and post. Eliana, really quickly, if I get disconnected, I'm going to send you your reading via Instagram, okay? Because for whatever reason, I think I'm having issues with my internet. So if we get disconnected, then know that I'll finish your reading over on Instagram. I just wanted to throw that out there. Okay, so Sweeter, are you able to hear me? Okay, perfect. Okay. Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know what the heck is going on. But I can see you. I just can't talk in the chat. All right. Milo's current actions and thoughts towards Peter. I know he had other sexual things, but he's opened up about one of them more for me. Recently manifested two celebrities reaching out to me, multiple people asking me out. Aww. Milo's current actions and thoughts towards Peter. If at any point, Peter, you cannot hear me anymore, just let me know. So I feel like he's like, I said what I said and I meant what I said. And that's what I feel like from him. I feel like he's saying, I stand by it. I stand by everything that I have said. I feel like I've been honest with you. I feel like I've been clear and I've been communicative. And like for him, he really feels like he has been very straightforward with you. And that's how he plans to continue. I think he wants to continue to have communication with you. I don't think he has any intention on like stopping communication at all. He really feels like he got lucky when you decided to allow him to be in your presence, basically. We have the Nine of Cups. This talks about like wish fulfillment and him being really happy to like or have the honor to get to know you on a deeper level. He is sensing from you your hesitancy because he thinks that you're just amazing on your own, and he feels like, why would she want to be with me because she's doing really well off on her own? But I feel like he just wants a slice of your life. I feel like he just wants to be a part of it in some way, shape, or fashion. He's like, it would be an honor to be able to spend some more time with her. I feel like he has a I don't know. I feel like he might still have connection with other women, but I really think that he would put it all aside if it meant that he could be with you. I just don't think that he thinks that you would take him seriously like that. And so he's still having, side conversations with other people. I think he would want to show you his efforts if you would let him. I think he views you as like his ideal person. And so I do think that if he felt like you would take him seriously, that he would just pursue you and you alone. But I think because he doesn't think you really truly give him the time of day, like honestly, he is just like, well, I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket. I'm just going to like keep exploring these other connections. So I do think that there are other people around you guys, but I think that he would consider like disconnecting from them, all of them, if it meant that you would give him the time of day. You haven't spoken to him in a few days, and you know that's normal when he has his daughter. Okay. Um, I think that he has a lot of fear. We have the death card in reverse. So like fear of new beginnings. He might like feel like he's been a disappointment to a lot of people and that he's let a lot of people down. And would he, out of curiosity, would he consider, himself to have never really been in a real relationship before? Because that's what I feel like I'm picking up. That he feels like he's never really had a real relationship. Like obviously he's been with people, but I feel like he's saying, I don't really. Wait a second. We have had this conversation. Because I feel like I remember, or am I thinking of the wrong person? No, I'm pretty sure it was you. I feel like I remember saying like, I don't want you to be his guinea pig. Like I feel like that's what I remember. But I feel like the thing is that he would change it all for you. Like if you would let him, he would change it all for you, is what I feel like. You're not sure he's been in a relationship with his child. Yeah, it feels like to me that there will be a lot of growing pains in this connection. Like if you guys were to have a relationship with each other, there would be a lot of growing pains, because it's like you would have to teach him a lot of what it's like to be in a relationship and kind of guide him. But I feel like you would feel his desire to be with you, and you would feel like he's telling you you're different and that this is unlike anything he's ever had before. And I feel like he would do everything he could to try to prove to you that you are the person for him. The problem is like, imagine most people have their first relationships in high school, and most people, or this generalization, but most people have their first relationships in high school, and think about how immature those relationships are. You're figuring yourself out. You're learning how to function with another person. You might say very immature things, do immature things. Probably look back on those young adolescent relationships and cringe, because you're like, how could I have ever been that person in a relationship? But I think for him, he hasn't had the ability to go through that. And so you would be noticing a lot of like immaturity from him in a relationship, because he never got that experience when he was younger. And so he would be learning a lot through you, through all of the things you have learned that you would now have to teach him how to be and how to function in a relationship. So I don't think that you guys would be approaching this as like you guys are on the same level. But I feel like he would want you to know he's going to try, because I think that he really does view you as something super special. I just don't know if he thinks you take him seriously. He also mentioned something about if you were ever pregnant. Um, he said we have spoken about this. Yeah, that's what I thought, because I was like, wait, am I thinking of someone else? He mentioned something about if you were ever pregnant, he's not surprised a man would try to trap you, and that made you stop in your tracks. He's been throwing out subliminal messages. Oh, okay. That he wants more gets, and that he has intentions of trapping you. Ooh, that's not good. But that is an immature mindset. That is an immature mindset, sweeter, because if you think about it, that's like the mentality of our relationship isn't good, so let's have a baby to make it better. Who says that? People who are immature, people who do not understand how that's like, okay, there could be extremely fucking healthy relationships with a great foundation, and a child could tear that relationship apart. So the fact that people think that a child will make a relationship better is absolutely asinine, and the only people who think that are people who do not have maturity, who do not have wisdom, who have not lived and learned. They are young, they are naive, they are dumb. Okay? So that's what I'm trying to say, is that anybody with any sense about them would never make a comment like that. That's what I worry about with you giving to him. I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'm not saying he wouldn't pursue you. I'm not saying he wouldn't make you his world. I'm just saying I worry about the growing pains that would inevitably occur if you were to give him a chance and be his first relationship. That's what I worry about. You're absolutely correct, because he did tell me when we first met he knew there were sparks between us. He said he was only being respectful to Rashad, but ever since he found out you weren't together, he had to have you 100% exactly. So like, I think that's really what I worry about. I think that he feels that you do not take him seriously. And like, if you said, "Hey, let's give this a shot," he would brush all these other side bitches aside for you to pursue you and you alone. It's the relationship that I think would struggle a bit. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. No, sweeter, he's waiting on you though. That's the thing. He's waiting on you. He's waiting on you to say, "Hey, I've heard what you've been saying to me. If you're serious about wanting a relationship and you're serious about pursuing me and like taking me serious, like being committed to me, like I'll see where this goes." Yeah, I'm not saying that that's your responsibility, but I'm saying that from his perspective, he thinks you look at him like a joke. Like, not in a mean way, but he just doesn't feel like you are really taking him seriously. Like, he thinks that when whatever comes out of his mouth is just funny. Like, he thinks, because I feel like what he wants is he really wants you to say, like, "I see you, you're a man, like, if you want to be committed to me, you want to pursue me, I'm not going to stand in your way." Like, that's what he wants to hear from you. But you got to be like, "But I don't do funny business. If you're going to have other side girls or whatever, like, that's not for me. So you need to figure it out. If you want to pursue me, I'm a single entree, okay? You don't need other snacks and other bitches around. Like, I am the only one. You would be pursuing me. You have to show me that you're pursuing me." Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he wants to know from you. But again, I'm not saying that's your responsibility. All right? There's two different things. I'm just telling you from his perspective that he just feels, I don't know, and maybe he puts you on a pedestal, honestly. Like, maybe he says, like, "She's too good for me and I could never get her. I could never have her." Like, and so he goes for the easier targets. So there could be, I think he has enough confidence. I don't think it's an inferiority complex or anything like, and I don't think it's intimidation either. I just think he's like, if she's not honestly like thinking of me as an option for her, then I'm just gonna let it go, but I don't want to. I know that. That's what I've been thinking about saying to him if he was to come forward. Trust me, mentally, I've been stuck on it. But you have to know for sure when you make that claim, like when you say that to him, you mean it. And that's a hard place to get mentally when you're unsure about someone, you know? Because you can't just say that and then, like, not mean it. You know? Yeah, that wouldn't fly with me, honestly. If you're a baby mama, you know, if you're the child's mother and you guys are co-parents and that is it, you do not need to be calling at all hours of the night. It's okay. It doesn't matter if she wants him. It doesn't matter. It's what he's doing, how he is responding to those advances. And like you said, he shuts it down. So that's it. That's good. That's good. I'm glad. I'm glad. I don't think he's going to have any issue with disconnecting himself from anyone else if he knows that. I'm so sorry. If he knows that you are really wanting him to step up and you're like, I'm looking for commitment, is that what you want? Like I want this to be a real courting. Like I really want to see your effort. I want to see you pursuing me. I want to see you showing up, being intentional. And I want you to set the precedent for what a relationship would look like, because you don't want that shit to stop just because you guys got into a relationship either. So you need to be like, this is setting the precedent for what I can expect in a relationship. I think right now you call the shots, sweeter, to be completely honest. And I think then what he does with that information, that's on him. But I do think that if he knew that you were really wholeheartedly letting him pursue you in a very real way, I think he would cut it off with these other people. I mean, obviously, his child's mother, he can't necessarily cut it off completely, but I think he would do his best to be respectful. Yeah. But that's what I've got, sweeter. Gonna go ahead and sign off now. I've got some Christmas Eve plans I gotta get to. I'm hoping to get over to my sister soon. So I gotta run. But do you think I should reach out and offer a little get together for a little art show? I think that would be fun, actually. I say why not? I definitely leave it open-ended. Let him know that he has an out if he's unavailable. Don't, because he's not going to want to let you down. And so you don't want, if he feels like, oh shit, I already got plans. Or if he's like, oh shit, I got my daughter, like, or whatever. And like, you can even say like, it's not like, if it's not an adult, whatever, if you can bring kids or whatever, I think you'd be like, hey, if you want to, and we don't even have to tell her that you and I are talking. I'm just a friend. This is just an event. Or give him an out, like tell him, if you can't make it, totally understand. I don't know. I just feel like he doesn't want to let you down. I feel like he doesn't want to disappoint you. So if he's unavailable, yeah, he's gonna be sad to let you down. So just make sure he knows that you're not gonna like hate him or something if he doesn't come. But I think that would be a lot of fun. Yeah, you're welcome. Have a good night. Bye, sweeter. Everyone else, have a good night. Merry Christmas. He'll enjoy that, I'm sure.